Hey everybody, it is Melanie Mitro, co-owner of Chic Influencer and also network marketing leader. And I am excited to sit here with you this morning and walk you through one of the processes that I do every single month. And also a note to those of you that are leaders in your organizations, this is also a process that I do with my organization, because I know that a lot of you right now, you either are leading yourself to create more income, more success, more wealth in your life, more balance, more freedom, more flexibility, whatever that may be. But there are many of you that are also working towards creating duplication in your downline. You're also really wanting to empower your downline to create more money and more income. And these are going to be some very simple practical tips that you are going to want to go and do with your organization as well. Because if we want our organizations and ourselves to make more money, we have to show them how to do that too. So, how many of you that are listening in right now have the Direct Sales Done Right Planner? How many of you have the Direct Sales Done Right Planner and the Time Blocker? So this is the tool that I am going to be talking about as I'm going through this end of month reflection. So if you don't have it, you can easily grab it from shop.chicinfluencer.com. And if you're in Canada, the shipping is insane in our Shopify site, but you can get it on Amazon and the shipping is much, much cheaper. All right. So here is the thing. Every single month, I sit down on the first day of the new month. And the reason I do it on this specific day is because I don't want it to detract from wrapping up the current month that I'm in. So I want to make sure that I'm giving space on that last day of the month to close up my sales, to do my follow-up messages, to make sure that I'm supporting my organization and my team in reaching their goals. I also don't want to distract people with an end of month reflection if they too are still working towards hitting their sales goals as well. So end of the month reflection always happens on the first day of the month. Why? All right. So why is it important that you do? Because I believe that nobody will take action unless you know why you're taking action and unless you know how it's actually going to benefit you to take the time. So here's the first thing. What is an end of month reflection? It is very simply a pause, a momentary pause from doing, because we're all so conditioned to just jump into action, get started in the new month, to sort of ignore what happened in January. It's either like it went good, it went bad, let's just keep going. Well, that is detrimental to your success. And the reason it's detrimental is if you don't actually take a moment to pause and say, what actually went well? What did I do in the month of January that brought me results, maybe that I was expecting or not expecting? Likewise, we also need to look at our month of January and say, what did I do that actually contributed to me not actually hitting my results, right? What were the things? And then really getting reflective. So that gives us what we call data. I want to encourage you to not be emotional about it. It's black and white. We're just looking at data. What did I do? What did I not do? What were the numbers? What were they good? Were they bad? Then what happens is you can take that data that allows you to make smarter business decisions moving into the month of February. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through sort of my planning process. I'm still very much in the middle of it, and I want to make sure that I share it with you because I want you to do this also. And I do see the questions in the chat bar. Yes, I will turn this live into a post that goes up on my grid after this. So you can share it with your downline. You can go back and rewatch it again. If you have questions, you can ask questions. If you have questions right now, you drop them in the chat bar. If I don't get a chance to answer them right now, we can have a conversation in the DMs and we can talk about it. All right. So one of the things I do is I sit down and I have a couple of different ways that I track my goals. The first way that I track my goals is right inside of the Direct Sales Done Right Planner. If you go back to the very first section, it has a space for you to write in your 12-month goals. So I have my 12-month goals written in here. All right. Now, I don't just write goals at the beginning of the year and then never look at them again. That is not something that I do. The goals are something that every single week I'm putting them on my time blocker, right? Based off of it, I'm chunking it out on a weekly basis. I'm also looking at things on a daily basis as I wake up and say, what am I doing in my business today? How am I getting myself one step closer to where I want to be? So I've got my 12-month goals. And then the next thing that you do is you're also breaking your 12-month goals down into your quarterly goals. So I have my quarterly goals. I know how much I wanted to make in quarter one. I know what my second goal is, what my third goal is. Even within that quarterly section, I have it broken down into the month. All right. Good morning. Hi, Coach Victoria. It's good to see you. Miss you. So miss you, like in our mastermind. So anyways, now that I've looked at my goals, I've reflected on, I've just looked at it. What are they? I go back, I look at them again. I also have a spreadsheet that's on my computer. This is for me to track income. I track my income, my revenue every single week in my business. I also track sales. Or sales in terms of signups. So I have right on my spreadsheet on my computer, that's something that we share inside of our community. I actually have, all right, how many, specific people did I sign up? How much revenue did I create because of it? How many new people did I advance in my business, right? So I have all of that written on the computer as well. So right now I'm just sort of assessing the situation. The next step is I go from my quarterly goals and I look at what I said I was going to do in the month of January, just to go back, make sure I didn't get off track anywhere. And I can see I had a goal. I had 3 different goals that I wanted to accomplish. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually starting to figure out, did I accomplish those goals? And you write those goals right in that monthly calendar layout. All right. That monthly calendar layout is where all of that is written. So I look at that and then I'm kind of going back over to my time blocker because that's where I've been keeping track of it. And I started to tally everything up for the month. So I look back and I'm like, all right, where did I end the week, right? Where did I end each week of January? And so now I can really make an honest assessment of, did I do the things that I said I was going to do? Are you guys following me so far? Drop me just a quick comment in the chat bar. If you're following me, if you're listening to this as a replay, you can comment below. So I'm going through the process, annual down to quarterly. I'm looking at my monthly, tallying up where I ended the month. How many of you have literally never ended a month and have never tallied up your income? How many sales, how many signups, how many team members? We got to look at that stuff because most of you have a goal this year of earning an income, building a team, advancing in rank. And so every single day, week, month, we have to be looking at that. So I want you to be willing to face the fact of whether you did or did not reach your goals. All right. So now that I've done that, the next step in the process is to go to the tab right before the new month. On that page, you are going to see it says end of month reflection. End of month reflection. This is where we're at. And on this end of month reflection, I am going to do a few things. I am going to start out by asking myself, okay, what is my personal success statement? My personal definition of success. I want to remind myself what it is that I'm working towards. That's very important. As you go through the day-to-day grind, it's really easy for you to be on the right path in the beginning of the month, but all of a sudden you're out here in left field by the end of the month. And when you read your personal definition of success, you have to ask yourself, is my daily action steps reflective of my personal definition of success? If you say no, I'm out there getting caught up in what other people in the network are doing or what this top distributor is doing, you got to rein it back in, sister. And you got to say, listen, I'm focused on all of these things that are literally not in alignment with where I want to be. So we got to refocus that. So personal definition of success. Then I write down, what were those yearly goals? What did I say I was going to accomplish in the month of, in this case, January? And then what was my actual progress to the goal? I sat down this morning because income is a very important part of my business. What was my actual income in the month of January? I added all of that up because I already track it by week, wrote that down. Then I went to the next goal. How many signups did I want to accomplish in the month of January? How many did I actually get? Wrote that number down. Even if I didn't hit the goal or did hit the goal, I'm just writing the numbers down. How many team members did I want to sign up? Actually, in the month of January, how many did I sign up? Now, with that data, here's what I do next. The next thing that you want to do is you really want to reflect on it. What do I feel helped me get there? Maybe it was time blocking. Maybe it was you executed a pre and post recruitment strategy, and so you hit your goal and you want to repeat that again this month. Maybe you didn't hit a goal because you didn't allow yourself enough time. So now this is where you're really starting to say what helped me or prevented me. We need to get real with it. And then as I look at the next month, the final thing I want to fill out is, what am I going to do differently? What are going to be the strategies that I implement going into February that are going to allow me to show up differently? So from there, before we go into the next month, now I sit down and I actually do say to myself, what do I need to readjust? What do I need to readjust? If my goal was to make X amount of money and I am $5,000 short on that goal, I've also built out my 12-month goal based on me hitting those benchmarks. So I need to adjust my numbers. So this is where I'm going to go in and update my spreadsheet or update my quarterly goals, update the monthly plan to reflect what I need to do to still be on track for the end of the year. Does that make sense? I'm not changing the goal that I want. I'm changing maybe my approach to get there. If I am overachieving and I hit all of the goals or surpass them, then great. I'm going to continue on the path that I am, knowing that I'm a little ahead of the game, and that is good. That will help just in case there is a month that doesn't go as planned. I'm ahead of schedule. So now that we've looked at all of this, what do we do next? Now we flip to the next page in the planner, which is our next month. And now we're going to sit down. Based on the information that we have, we're going to write our monthly goals for February. We are going to write down our marketing focus, and we are going to begin to plan out the month. When will you show up and talk about your products and services? When will you show up in the month and talk about your business opportunity? You're going to go through the monthly section, the monthly planning, and you are going to get a very clear look on what February is going to be. Using all of the first month, you now have all of January as a baseline as to tell you how long things took, how many invites you needed to send, how many follow-ups you needed to do, how much time you need to spend on things. Like, how amazing is that to feel like I don't have to throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. I actually do know what sticks because I've done it in January and now I can tweak it and refine it. So yes, it's amazing. And once you buy the planner, you can actually log into our online portal, and there are training videos, free training videos that will actually tell you how to do the monthly plan. There are free training videos that tell you how to do every section of the planner. So if you want additional guidance, you can even log into your online portal and watch the end of month reflection again. So that's what we need to do. End of month reflection is important. So now, as we wrap it all up, here is my calls to action for you. Can I get your commitment in the comments? Yes, I will do the homework assignments. Number one, you need to do this for yourself first. You can never expect your team or the people you influence to do the things you are not willing to do yourself. They will never follow your lead if you aren't doing them. That's step number one. Step number two is, once you do this for yourself, even if you have a team of one, I want you to practice going into your team page, recording a video, and actually doing what I just shared with you. You want them to do their end of month reflection. If they set goals in January, where are they in terms of those goals? Maybe it's volume related, maybe it's team related, maybe it's sales related, maybe it's personal related. Whatever it is, we need them to go through this reflection process. We then need them to start thinking like business owners, right? If we want to grow a legit direct sales business that doesn't feel scattered, but feels professional and empowering, what do we need to do? We need to treat it that way. So we're going to teach them how to plan the month of February, how to set their goals for the month, and then take action towards that. That is how you begin to create duplication. It all starts with us. What we do is what our people will follow. Does that make sense? All right. So those are your marching orders. Those are your action steps for today. You got to get organized. You got to make the plan. And then you need to guide your team on what they need to do next. I'm going to throw one more thing in there. You need to give them some love. You need to tell them what your vision is, where you're going. And this could be a whole other live, but you have to keep talking about why building your direct sales business, why them building their direct sales business is going to help them change their lives. Why doing the hard work now is going to improve their life later. Okay, my friends, I am glad you have enjoyed today's live. Yes, I will get this processed and put up on my grid so you can refer back to it. And if you would love it, I would also add it to my YouTube channel as well so you can check it out there too. All right, my friends, I hope you have a fantastic day and I will see you soon.